boy, I just got myself a Sega Saturn. I can't wait to go buy some games for it. I hope they're really cheap. Okay, let's check out eBay and see how much these games will be. Okay, what's a good one? Nights into Dreams. That seems like a pretty interesting game. What? 150? 250? 100? Holy moly! Okay, let's try another one. Try Mega Man 8. Sega Saturn. 100? 500? Holy! 500? Holy crap! Okay, let's do Panzer Dragoon. That can't be over $100. What? 900? 130? Oh, there's gotta be a cheaper way to play this. There has to be a better way. Hey everyone, Super Ranger 64 here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking to you about an accessory here for the Sega Saturn that's absolutely essential for it. Just a brief history on the Saturn. It was released in May of '95 at E3. Sega actually announced it was going to be released in September of '95. However, during the end of the presentation, they said it was available now, which obviously did not settle well with the retailers. Companies like Walmart and Best Buy, they dropped Sega altogether because they basically didn't let them know. And yeah, also a lot of games were rushed for development, so you noticed some games kind of seem incomplete because Sega never told the developers that it was going to get a release early. So this is it right here. It's called the Action Replay Plus. So what you do right here is you insert into the cartridge slot of the Sega Saturn. Now what this does, it allows the console to be region free. So you can play anything from Japan, UK, like NTSC, PAL region, anywhere in the world. And you can play it all on consoles. It works with any region. So it doesn't matter if your console's from Japan, UK, North America, anywhere. Also, it acts as a boosted RAM, kind of like the expansion pack in the N64. If some games require some more RAM, so it gives it a little boost. And also, there are cheats you can use on these games, and also you can back up your save files, because in the back of the Sega Saturn here, there's actually a battery, much like a Game Boy cartridge, where all the save data is on here. So if you remove it or it dies, then you lose all your save data. So that's why it's great to have the Action Replay here. Alright, so I'm going to show you how it works, and please enjoy the video. To show you how the Action Replay works, I have a copy of a Mega Man 8 I'm going to put into the Sega Saturn first. First I'm going to do it without the cartridge in, and then I'll do it with the cartridge in. So the door is open. I'm going to put a disc in right now. See what happens. So right there it's saying game disc unsuitable for this system. So it's using the region locked. So I'm just going to put it in with the Action Replay plugged in. So it actually brings up a whole different menu. You're going to see there's a bunch of options you can do. There's Start Game, which obviously starts the game. Then you can also select Cheats, and it gives you a whole list of games that are supported for the cheats. I think you can add some as well. I think you looked them up online. The next part is Memory Manager. So as you can see, these are my save files on the console right now. So I can move it over to the cartridge so that they're backed up in case that battery does die. And also Rockman is Mega Man for the Japanese. So right now it's saving to my cartridge. So now I have all those blocks free. Alright, so we're just going to start the game up. It's going to ask you to do with no cheats, and if you want to enable a cheat, you have to go back to the cheat menu. Alright, so as you can see, the game is starting to load up. So you have Rockman 8, press the start button. So it's going to ask me, I can continue, I can either go on the cartridge there or off the system memory. I'm just going to start a new game. Here's a bit of a Mega Man gameplay for you. Okay, see, I'm playing this perfectly fine, using my controller and everything. Also, with the Mega Man game, you're going to notice the text is in English when they're talking, not English, sorry, Japanese when they're talking. But that doesn't really matter because it's basically the same premises. Get to the end of the stage, so there's really it's not a big deal here. Okay, now I'm going to show you a list of a helpful website that shows you a list of games that are playable even if you don't know Japanese. This is a forum post basically explaining how you can play some games on the Sega Saturn without knowing Japanese. So they divide it into different categories. There's A, which is playable without knowing Japanese, may contain English menus and gameplay that's easy to figure out on your own, or just be so straightforward that Japanese doesn't make a difference. List B, playable without knowing Japanese for the majority of the game. The game contains areas which require you do know Japanese but are essential to be in the game. Then C, difficult to play without knowing Japanese. The game can be played without Japan knowledge for the most part, but with knowledge of Japanese parts of the game may near be impossible to beat. This may be due to many games involving Japanese language or scenes where the character tells you what you have to do next. Group D is unplayable without knowing Japanese. The games are basically all in Japanese, require you to know Japanese or have a translation guide. Yeah, so Group A has a lot of games here. Mind you, not every single Sega Saturn game is here. This is pretty decent list for A, and then B, which is kind of a smaller list, but still good. Then C and D, they're decently sized, but there's a lot of games you can play on here, like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Marvel vs. Street Fighter, like tons of games. Like I said at the beginning of this video, this is a must-have accessory if you own a Sega Saturn. Fun fact is that North America only saw 258 Saturn games, while Japan had 1,265 released. I will leave a link in the description for you to purchase. Thanks for checking out this video, everyone. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and also share this video with your friends if you've learned something new today. I hope everyone enjoyed this video and have a 1-up day.